Hello everyone. Today, let's explore a term that plays a huge role in how we navigate the digital world. It's called hypermedia. Let's focus on its definition to understand what it truly means. Let's take a closer look at our PowerPoint presentation. What is hypermedia? Hypermedia is a computer-based information retrieval system that enables a user to gain or provide access to text, audio, and video recordings, photographs, and computer graphics related to a particular subject. Hypermedia is anything that allows the user to gather information in a non-linear way. This means that the user has a choice as to what path he or she takes in order to gather information. The user has the option of skipping certain items or can go through every piece of information that is listed. And one more thing, it is a term that is created by Ted Nelson in 1965. So hypermedia is an extension of hypertext, a concept where text contains links that allow users to move between documents or sections. Hypermedia expands this idea by integrating not just text but also images, videos, audio, and other multimedia formats. These elements are all interconnected through hyperlinks, creating a network of interactive and multimedia-rich information. So to put it simply, hypermedia involves multiple forms of media like text, visuals, and sound. Secondly, it uses hyperlinks to connect this media, enabling seamless navigation. And lastly, the goal is to provide a more engaging and immersive way to access information. So hypermedia, it is all about blending different media types into an interactive and interconnected experience. It's a cornerstone of how we interact with digital content today. So these are the common examples of hypermedia. Number one, links that view audios. Number two, links that view images. Number three, links that view videos. And number four, hypertext links to other locations. Lastly, the World Wide Web. Everyone knows this. www is the best example of hypermedia applications because through www it is possible to deliver hypertext, graphics, animation, and sound between different computer environments. And of course, I'd like to give you some of its advantages. Number one of the major advantages of hypermedia is the ability to quickly follow associations and look up related material. Second, references can be traced both backwards and forward in a way which can be difficult and time-consuming with printed media. In addition, the user can annotate the material and create new references. Next, information can also be structured in a variety of ways. Multiple organizations of the same material allow for specialized structures for different user categories. The student can browse the material and find new information as she or he explores a subject area. And lastly, hypermedia systems is of course, usually considered as fun to use.
And now let's proceed to disadvantages of hypermedia. Hypermedia system, while offering flexibility and interactivity, can also pose certain challenges. First, this is the disadvantages. Ease of browsing might increase the risk that the learner skips through the material much too hasty and get a shallow and fragmented conception of the subject. First is superficial learning. The ease of navigation can lead learners to skim through content without fully absorbing it. This can result in a fragmented understanding of the subject matter. The risk of getting disoriented can result in confusion rather than understanding, especially if the user jumps around between different nodes in more or less random manner. Jumping between different links can cause confusion, making it difficult for learners to track their progress and maintain about coherent learning path. This can this can hinder comprehension and lead to frustration. Using hypermedia system involves a certain cognitive overhead. Now next is uses in education. Hypermedia system are used in educational environment. The active participation of students is one of the major advantages of hypermedia systems. Hypermedia enables students to explore and construct their own learning. This method of learners can break down the barriers of the time and place, allowing maximum flexibility for the learners. Students are provided a means to learn individually and at their own speed. Students can repeat difficult concepts or skip already mastered skills. Also, it is used for effective education. Hypermedia can help students achieve a wide variety of goals in education. Next is hypermedia in education is one of the powerful tool. Hypermedia system offer a dynamic and engaging learning experience, empowering students to learn actively. First, participate in interactive activities and construct their own knowledge. Number 2 is learn flexibly, access learning materials anytime, anywhere, and at their own pace. Number 3 is learn effectively, develop higher order thinking skills, improve collaboration, and master complex subjects. By combining this text, image, audio, and video, hypermedia system create a rich learning environment that caters to diverse learning styles and promote deeper understanding.
Multimedia defined as a mixture of different types of content, such as text, visual, audio, videos, and animation that can be accessed or presented through technology. It highlights that digital tools or computer are usually the means of delivering the combinations. This is also emphasized that multimedia combines multiple formats like text, videos, and graphics to present information to create engaging experience. Interactive multimedia. This refers to multimedia system or content that allow the user or viewer to actively interact with control what and when elements like videos or animation are displayed. The user input determines how the multimedia is experienced. For example, is videos or cinemas that let viewers select different scenes or options, such as interactive movie or a choose your own adventure videos. Hypermedia. This is a type of multimedia where link elements like hyperlinks allow user to navigate through content in a non-linear way. It gives user the ability to choose their path through interconnected media. For example, video games where player can explore environment interact with objects or allow different storylines based on their choices. Linear multimedia is a type of multimedia that is designed to be presented in sequential manner. It has a distinct beginning and end. It goes on logical flow from starting point to conclusion. It is usually intended for display purposes with not much interaction or distractions from the audience because of its nature where audience participation is not expected. Linear multimedia may also be referred to be passive multimedia. One example of linear multimedia is videos or the movies. Nonlinear multimedia is a non-sequential type of multimedia where the person participation is crucial. In this type of media, the person need to be interact with the computer program, thus making him control of the experience. With the presence of the interface, the person and the computers interact with each other. For example is simulation and video games.
The types of multimedia elements are video, text, audio, picture or images, and animation. Video. Video enhances, dramatizes, and gives impact to your multimedia application. The advantage of integrating vision into a multimedia presentation is the capacity to effectively convey a great deal of information in the least amount of time, and the common use of video are MP4, MKB, and AAC, etc. Text is essential aspect of presenting the information, and the common format of text is TXT, doc, and etc. By using text and docs, it will be easy to us to make our paperworks creative and readable. Audio refers to sound. Multimedia can include files which contain sounds, and the format of audio is MP3, WMA, WAV, MIDI, and Real Audio. Picture or image, graphs, pie charts, painting, etc. all come under images. Images are a very useful feature of multimedia. Multimedia presentation uses pictures or clip chart to make people understand. Various files format of images are JPG, PNG, GIF, and etc. And lastly, animation. Animation adds visual impact to the multimedia project. Animation are used in cartoons, scientific, visualization. The most common animation format is MOV. For advantage and disadvantage of multimedia. Advantage: all your presentation, in work, or educational purposes, by using multimedia, your presentation will be an interactive and creative. In educational purposes, multimedia helps you to make all your paperworks and helps you to make a lesson plan and presentation. Multimedia helps you to make a daily presentation in work and in school works. This will be an easy to ask. For disadvantage, to complex create this is for the people have difficulties using technology, so that they need an assistant and knowledge to use, so that this make an easy to them. Lack of resources, maybe anyone don't have an internet, it's hard to them to make a presentation. If they don't have internet, because using the multimedia needed to have an internet. We all know that not everyone have the money to